and today we'll continue with Raincheck. After picking out coat from Javier's new winter car, we arrived at the convention center. The place is as bustling as it was yesterday, possibly even more so. Road pioneers are our path, guiding us from one escalator to the next as we journey from Hall A to C. Down a lengthy corridor, I glance behind to find Javier wrestling his way through the swarm of bustling attendees. He weaves through the crowd, managing to align himself next to me. Yeah, where'd all these people come from? And why is everyone here so tall? His last comment seems directed at me, given the pointed stare I'm receiving. Looks like everyone's on their way to Hall C. Maybe they're all checking out Cyprus too. Ah yes, that's right. How much of Cyprus do you know? Nothing too extensive, but I did read up on them before coming here. They're a biotech firm, right? Something about capturing atmospheric carbon dioxide. Why do you ask? Achoo! Rubbing my itchy nose, I try to alleviate the discomfort. Javier looks taken aback by my sudden sneeze. Bless you. Nothing. Just wanted to pick your brain. Javier dodges my acquisitive glance as he takes out his phone and starts jotting something down. Is that it? He concludes his note-taking, meeting my query with a self-satisfied smirk. Yes. I wonder what he's up to. We continue walking, following Roe towards the entrance hall. The entrance of Hall C, a lengthy queue, is visible on the venue's opposite side, which I presume is for Cyprus. Looks like we're heading that way. The wheel points in the direction of the line. As we continue walking over, it is clear that the line isn't for Cyprus, with signs displaying Lenient's lab all across the walls. But there shouldn't be any other presentations in Hall C now, right? Yeah, go ahead. I checked their schedule before entering. They should be presenting at this time. Something must have happened, clearly. Maybe Cyprus relocated last minute. Is it Lenient's lab, the company that does ancestral DNA species tracing? I thought they were presented tomorrow. Looks like there's been a change of plans. Let me think about what this means. Glancing over, I noticed Ro standing aside, courteously approaching a busy-looking feline engrossed in her phone while waiting in line. Excuse me, do you know where Cyprus is presenting? Picking it back, she gives Ro a startled look before shifting her gaze to Javier and me. Cyprus? Their keynote was canceled, unless you meant something else. Canceled? You no idea why? Actually, I'm not too sure. You could probably find out why if you ask around. Alright, thanks for your time. Rose sentences gratitude with a slight nod as Javier grabs hold of Rose's sleeve, casting him a doubtful look. There's too much of a coincidence. You don't think it might be related to the attempted robbery from last night? Maybe another attempted robbery or something else. Maybe. We won't know just standing here though. Let's get moving with our plan. Plan? But their presentation's canceled. Where are we gonna go now? Are you sure the thing you're looking for will still be there? I don't know, but it's still worth looking around for clues. This is legal, right? Snooping around like this? Yes. It's perfectly legal as long as we don't get caught. Suddenly it hits me. I don't even know what we're supposed to be searching for. Is it okay if I ask what exactly we're looking for? The two glance at each other before returning their attention to me. It's a box of plans. Plans? We can explain later. Let's get going. Eventually, we venture down a side passage that branches to a dim, narrow, staff-only corridor nestled in the conclusion of Hall C's rear. The three of us stop before a massive steel door, its black surface imposing, like a door's plate beside it. Storage. So this is where Cyprus is keeping their things. Based on the semantics of Hall C, yes. Not just Cyprus, but other companies presenting in Hall C too. Probably the same ones that Dust mentioned earlier. Mo scans his surroundings before signaling Javier that the coast is clear. The fox takes out his bit flipper and aims it down the corridor directly at a camera, then returns back to the door in front of us. A pen tablet lock, huh? Javier takes out a small lockpick from his coat and proceeds to meticulously work on the lock. Suddenly, echoing footsteps can be heard down the corridor. Mo's ears twitch and we both turn towards the source, quickly. I look around and realize we're stuck in the middle of the hallway with nowhere to hide. Javier grunts back in protest as he continues to rake the lock with his pick. Don't rush me, I'm working on it. The fox's paws working swift, measured movements. The lockpick twirls, jiggles, and turns his grip, tightening on the handle. From our viewpoint, it's impossible to tell whether he's making any headway. The tension is almost palpable. Move aside. Ro positions his body to tackle the door open. Suddenly, with an almost inaudible click, the lock gives way. Wait, I got it. Javier pushes the door open just as Ro lunges forward, his momentum carrying both of them into the darkness beyond the door. Startled, I dart into the darkness after them, quickly slamming the door shut behind me. The echo of our intrusion dies down, leaving us in complete silence. Stepping into the shadows, my nose instantly reacts to the stale air inside. The room is nearly pitch black, a feeble light dangles at the back, stretching eerie shadows everywhere. Pinky Ray, it's just pendejo, okay? 1 inch to the right, and I could have been flattened. I apologize. Relax. The poor light causes me to bump into Javier, who's crouched over, causing him to snap back at me with a low growl. What's the story, you cat? Sorry. Shh. We freeze as the echo of footsteps grow louder, and not ominously stopping right outside the entrance. Hide. Without hesitation, Javier sprints off into the darkness while Ro swiftly guides me towards a pile of cardboard boxes nestled away from view of the door. We crouch low, Ro stealthily peering through a slit between the boxes. Don't move. I can hear the metallic jiggle of a key entering the lock, followed by the slow creak of the door as it swings open, letting the dark hallway light infiltrate the dim room. My nose twitches in overdrive and sneeze imminent. Shit, not like this. Panic drowns my thoughts as I frantically pinch my nostrils, desperate not to blow out cough. Suddenly, a paw clamps over my mouth, muffling the eruption, all while Ro pulls me into his chest, effectively smothering the sound. That was a close one. The wolf eases his paw from my mouth. I return a small nod, thanking him silently for his intervention. As the seconds tick by, I hear the footsteps enter the room and continue further down. Casting a quick glance over the boxes, I spot Javier, his figure barely visible, edging his way towards the exit. As I track his progress, a sudden sneeze ambushes me again, this time leaving no room to stifle it. Achoo! The room is suddenly filled with an explosion of sound. My eyes go wide as the echo of the sneeze rebounds off the cold walls. I hear the steel door immediately shut with a glimpse of Javier dashing out. Ro follows his lead, springing from our hideout. He tries to guide me to the exit, but disoriented from the speed, I stumble and land behind, my nose throbbing with discomfort. Oh no, where did Ro go? Stumbling past steps ahead in the direction of the door's sound. Hey, who's there? I look around, but there's no door. Did I go the wrong way? I backtrack, taking a different corner on the boxes around a different set of cells. Fuck, where is it? I catch sight of the glistening door handle in the dark and rush towards it. Theodore? My heart skips a beat, the sound of my name freezing me in my tracks. I turn, squinting against the backlight, towards a tall, shadowy figure making their way through the maze of cells. Who the fuck is that? Before I can discern the face and the saddles of familiar paw senses around my waist, yanking me out just as their identity nearly comes into view. Quickly. Will's voice is urgent as I spot him running down the hall. Wait, they called my name just now. I think I recognize their voice. They did. He returns, and we both glance at the store's door, skeptical of my words. Are you sure? Yeah, they called my name right when I was about to leave. It caught me off guard, with lingering parts, half expecting the figure to suddenly burst out, but it remained set. Looking around, I realize there's only the two of us here. Just how far did Javier run off to? Leave him, he'll be back. Soon we go back inside and check who. He points to the door, the handle slowly jiggling before the door itself slowly creaks open. I sigh relief when I see David emerge from the saddles. His face lights up when he spots me. Oh, thank God it's just him. I was about to dance off like Javier. Hey, Theodore. I wasn't sure if it was you without your red jacket. Cute shirt though. I have one too in gold. Baby, what are you doing here? The reindeer looks at me with eager anticipation, waiting for a response. He looks way too happy to see me. Nice to see you too. What a pleasant surprise. Will's body language and the look in his eyes urged me to come up with an excuse. We were instructed to look for something inside. That's cool, me too. I was supposed to do errands and find something inside the storage. But since I'm already here, I might as well check out last night's robbery. Oops, I wasn't supposed to talk about that. Ignore me. He knows about it too? What do you mean you weren't supposed to talk about it? The general public doesn't know about it. Only the companies using the storage room know. Really? But someone just told us about it earlier. Wow, news sure travels fast. You know, for a second I thought maybe you guys were the robbers. I was about to scream for help, but that's when I saw you. Oh, even so, I'm surprised security hasn't tightened up because of it. Yeah, is that great? It means I can go in without my stupid secretary following me around. Hey, are you busy? Do you want to come and join? Will gives me a bewildered stare and responds on most of him to just play along. Sure, I don't think we mind. We should probably just tell Javier that we're going back in. He shrugs and points back at me. Go for it. Sorry, David, just a moment. Pulling out my phone, I attempt to reach Javier through proxy contact. The line connects after a few rings. Where the hell are you guys? Hey, Javier, Ro and I are still outside the storage room. But what? Are you guys insane? What happened? The person inside was David, and we'll be checking out the attempted robbery site soon. Huh? David? Who the hell is that? You mean the one from Notivision? Yeah. Ro taps my shoulder, motioning me to pass my phone to him, which I do. Come back. We don't have all day. He ends the call and hands back my phone, to which I eye back at the wolf incredulously. Oh, are we waiting for another person? Yeah, they just left for the bathroom. Okay. David briefly pulls out his phone, only to put it away immediately. I almost forgot my manners. The deer pivots towards Ro and offers a slightly awkward wave, and that's coming from me. He's slightly taller than Javier, but still short compared to us. Nice to meet you. Likewise. Theodore helped me take some incredible photos at the Grand Marines garden earlier. He's such an amazing gardener. Would it be a florist, or was that a vegan? Whatever. He told me so much about plants. Is that so? It's really nothing. Nonsense. Everyone kept annoying me, but he didn't. I can see why. Ro gives me a cheeky smile as I glance over at him in surprise. Fortunately, David remains oblivious to all stings. David's eyes light up as unexpectedly as he studies Ro, hinting at some startling revelation. I have a bad feeling about this. Well, I just realized how muscular and toned you are. You must work out a lot and be super strong. Hey, Theodore, he isn't saying much, is he, Si? I must have forced chuckle, aiming to diffuse the growing tension. No. Well, okay then. No need to be sorry, mister. He playfully nudged his row with his elbow and flashes a broad grin. Maybe I should change the subject. I also say, David, while we wait for our friend to return, do you know why there's no security around? I just find it really strange. I agree. I found it odd earlier that there was no resistance. The reindeer ponders for a moment before voicing his thoughts. Maybe it's because of what happened by the pool earlier. I don't know. Pool? You know, the pool in the Grand Marine. What happened? I don't know. I was playing on my phone and my secretary told me about it, but I wasn't really paying attention. All I know is that they told me there was a big scene happening by the pool. There were a lot of police cars outside the hotel early this morning, though. Did someone drown or something? I don't know. Sounds like we missed it when we were out earlier. I'll let Javier know about this later. What do I need to know? That we've been standing here waiting for you. Took you long enough. I have you know I treat our job seriously. When I won, I won. Javier walks down the hall towards us before stopping and staring at David. Right. So this is the Wiz kid. You know, I thought you'd be a lot taller in person, like your father. Yeah, I get that a lot. Remind me why we're still here. Well, not subtly towards the reindeer, his gaze unwavering. David wants us to accompany him to the storage room. Yeah, I think it would be fun to have some company. Also, after going inside, I don't think I could read some parts of the cells myself. It's just being so short sometimes. How relatable. Alright, let's head inside then. Hooray! David takes out a small black key and unlocks the door. Apparently, he needs to apply a considerable amount of effort to open it. Well, really made that door look easy. As we venture back in and the sterile air prickles my nostrils once more, but I manage to endure it this time. Following David through the maze of cells, his gaze fixed forward, it's clear he knows exactly where he's headed. Roe briefs Javier about the pool incident while I strain to examine the dimly lit surroundings more closely. Now that I'm inside for a bit, the room's a lot smaller than I thought. Really? The pool? Was there a drowning? Hey, that's what I said. I don't know. But hey, I've also heard there was some kind of incident at the casino yesterday. Apparently some drug addict sneaked in and caused problems. Do you guys know anything about that? My attention swiftly turns to Roe, my heart throbbing with unease at the mention of the casino. He meets my gaze with a comforting look before subtly shaking his head. No, we don't. What happened? And where did you hear about this? We were informed by the hotel staff that something happened. Didn't matter to me though. I was touching up my photos at that time. Any reason why staff didn't tell us about this? Oh, you guys didn't know? I think maybe they only told the VIPs that were staying at the penthouse like my dad. I don't know though. I wasn't paying attention. We trailed the reindeer deeper into the storage area until we encountered another imposing black door. We trespassed my fair share. I trespassed my fair share, but there's something about this place that feels more unnerving than the power plant earlier. Okay, here's the storage. Huh? But I thought we were already in the storage area. I think this room ahead is for the companies, and the room here is for the convention center. I'm not really sure. I was just told that there would be another door I need to enter. Interesting. That would make sense. There's too high of a risk keeping things out here. By the way, David, you probably wouldn't know this, but Do you know if they have any footage of the robber that tried to break in last night? Actually, I wanted to see the footage too. I thought it would be cool. But that's when I learned there's no cameras inside the storage area here for privacy reasons. Really? How perfect. Wait, so the thing we're looking for is likely in there, isn't it? My voice is quiet and directed towards Ro, trying my best not to alert David, most likely. I couldn't spot anything on our way in besides trash. I looked back to see David fiddling at the door, trying to get it open. Uh-oh. Hey, mister, could you help me open the door? I think it's stuck. I see David waving at Ro for help, a look of concern evident on his face. The name's Ro, by the way. Ro steps up and tries to open it, but the door remains stubbornly immovable. Is there a key for this or something? I'm not sure. Maybe. I should have paid more attention. It doesn't look like it. No keyhole or anything. Ro shifts his weight, presses his shoulder and upper body against the door, and another attempt to open it, causing the entire structure to tremble. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Ro could smash through a boulder. Hey, don't tear down the place. I think I got it. A short snap echoes and then the door abruptly gives way, swinging into the encompassing darkness. Wow, Mr. Ro, you're so strong. Will you be interested in taking some photos later for my magazine or maybe an interview? I already know the perfect headline. Ro the Wolf smashed us all. Absolutely not. David chuckles as he enters the newly accessible room as I notice Javier glaring at him. Such flamboyant and energetic behavior. He wouldn't last one day back where I'm from. He wouldn't last 1 minute with me. At least he means well, right? I give a short-faced laugh, but the two just stare at me. Just keep moving. Stepping inside, I'm instantly struck by the comparative chill. Feels like I'm in one of those walk-in freezers at the grocery store. Good. It's empty. Is it just me, or is it freezing here? It's just you. Find the light switch. The sudden burst of light in the room momentarily blinds me. Whoa. This place is huge. We would spread out and look around. I glance around to find Javier by the entrance, eyes scanning the room from his vantage point, his paws idly fiddling with his bit flipper. I'll be staying out here. If you guys find anything, let me know. Ro comes into sight, clutching a broken 2x4. Well, that explains the sound. Look at this joke. Whoever put this here didn't want us in, but they surely did a shitty job. Jesus, you are strong, Mr. Ro. My impersonation of David takes Ro by surprise, leaving him momentarily flustered. Stop, I don't need another reindeer to deal with. What? It's true, though. You just snapped the plank like a toothpick. Flattered, though. Plus, I couldn't find what we were looking for when I was in the other room. We can't even investigate beyond these doors at the moment. Disappointing, bro. Alright. Let's proceed to our next point of interest then. What about David? Are we gonna wait for him? As if in response to my thoughts, I catch sight of a pair of antlers poking out from behind some cells, moving swiftly towards us. I'm back. I got it. Surprised we all spin around to witness David sprinting towards us, swinging a hefty-sized keyring. Where the hell did he get that? Excuse me? What is that? I got the master keys. How'd you manage to do that? Oh, it was easy. I just went to the help desk and asked for the keys. They weren't interested in helping until I showed them my ID. So this is what being a billionaire is like. They gave you the entire key ring just like that. Oh yeah, I guess so. We can open all the doors now if we want. I need to return it as soon as possible though, or security will come after me. Javier and I look at each other before he struts back, pausing and nervous, laugh for me. Will plucks the keys from David's breast and tosses them to Javier. He barely manages to catch them in time. Well, I guess we can check what's inside the door now. He cycles through the keys, testing each one until a sudden clicking sound resonates. After a brief pause, he tears off the tape, enabling him to pull the door outward. Inside, a dimly lit room comes into view, with light streaming in from the main room, with several small boxes scattered about. The investigators cautiously step into the room, scrutinizing every detail with the assistance of a black light that Javier produces at the last moment. David and I carefully watch the two from the outside. It's a lot emptier than I thought. Maybe they cleared it out? Oh God, what is that smell? No idea what you're talking about. You don't smell it? It's a sweet, faint odor. I can't remember where I've smelled this before. Ro ignores Javier's comment and fixes his attention to the ground. Doesn't appear to have much inside. But wait, these boxes. The wolf picks up one of the boxes to examine it, shakes it, and then tosses it back down. They belong to Cyprus. All these boxes are empty too. Wait, what do we have here? The fox leans over and pulls out a small gray rag from within one of the boxes. How suspicious. Let me take a look at that. They exchange the cloth around and Ro holds it up to the light. The wolf cautiously raises the cloth to the snout, only to recoil abruptly. Fucking. Ro calls a few times, prompting Javier to take the rag from him and cautiously examine it himself. Que carajo. Javier squanches up his face, pulling his sleeve over his nose and quickly ducking out of the storage room. It's chloroform. Chloroform, are you okay? I once over to Javier's side. He looks like he's really out of it. Yeah, that will explain the smell. Starting to get a headache. The fox takes a few steps without my aid, but loses balance, ultimately stumbling to David. Oh no, Mr. Fox, are you okay? Just a bit dizzy. I should be fine. Alright, I think we see enough. David, help Javier out of here. Theodore, help me clean up. We're leaving. Got it. Ro and I quickly tidy up, wiping away any prints, while David helps escort Javier out. Man, I hope we don't have to come back here. It's freezing and it doesn't help that I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. Yeah, I don't think the cool air inside did me any favors. Everyone good? Yeah, I think so. Wow, that was so much fun. We should do that more often. I couldn't find what I was looking for though. I guess someone took the stuff I was searching for or something. Hey, that reminds me, are you guys undercover police? All eyes fixate on the reindeer, his gaze darting to his phone in a sudden panic as the alarm blares. Oops, I need to head back and return the keys now. If you ever want to hang out again, I have the whole North Penthouse block reserved in the Grand Marine. Bye. We all stare at David as he runs down the hall, only to turn around and sprint the other way. We should get out of here too, before someone sees us. Good idea. Back in Ro's room, I'm straining to connect the dots as well as I can, but I'm drawing blanks. What if David's somehow involved in this? Huh, that's a good one. Yeah, sorry, just thinking out loud. I think that's the funniest thing you said since I met you. The conversation runs and Ro resumes his slow pacing. Suddenly he stops and pulls out his small notepad, jotting down thoughts fervently. The wolf moves across the room and shares his notes with Javier, the fox's gaze fixed on the rain trailing down the window. Theodore, besides David, do you have any other ideas on Cyprus? I'm not sure. It still feels too open-ended to make any conclusions, like we're circling around in mystery. The wolf continues his methodical pacing, jotting down more thoughts before walking over and stating the notepad to me. Here. I can't read a single thing well wrote. It's just a bunch of scribbles. And I'm having a hard time reading this. It's kind of like a doctor wrote this. How fitting. You hear that, Ro? You were meant to be a doctor after all. Sure, only if you pay for the tuition. Yeah, let me see what else you wrote. The fox snatches the notes out of Ro's paw before scanning through them thoughtfully. Locking themselves inside means they left through the cargo door. The plants we were looking for are gone, but attempted robbery was reported. Inconsistent. Chloroform was present, potentially useful on someone. No security. That's all. Well, do you think I'm missing anything? I think for a second everything makes sense, but the chloroform keeps sticking out to me. I feel like we are. And the plants were there, we don't know when they could have been moved out. So it could have been before or after the robbery. But what's with the chloroform? I feel like I was using it. I wouldn't have hid it in a box. Makes me wonder if they were in a rush to escape and had to dispose of it quickly. Besides that, I have no idea what any of this could mean. Through observation, I came to the same conclusion about the rag. You guys probably had better ideas than me. I have a theory. At some point, a staff of Cyprus came in and was subsequently attacked. The attacker subdued the staff, opened the door, transported the inventory, including the plants, through the loading zone, but barred the entrance before leaving because they heard someone coming. Because of which they were in a rush to hide the rag and toss it in the box. And I'm back, seemingly able to understand that line of logic. You see, I thought that at first, but there's something that feels off about all this. Enlightened me. That said that whoever was trying to break in couldn't get past all the locks. But assuming if that reindeer was telling the truth and this was kept hidden from the public, why did Dust know about it? Who was this person that told Dust? Are you suggesting it was an inside job or something? Exactly. Let's call this person that told Dust Z. Z knew about the crime, but how? Easy. Z either witnessed, committed, or heard about it from a peer. The most plausible thing that happened is Z heard about this from another staff member of Cyprus that or security. I doubt Z attempted the robbery only to talk about it with Dust. Why, and the issue here is if Z knew about this, they would have nothing to hide. Yet they reported this as an attempted robbery, even though everything is empty. So Z's most likely telling the truth and someone lied to them. Wait, but how do we know the stuff wasn't just moved out after the attempted robbery? Not so logical with how things are currently presented. Actually, if Cyprus moved the things after the attempted robbery, then they either put the plank or they didn't. It doesn't make sense for them to bar the entrance. They don't have a motive. Therefore, Cyprus had to have entered before the door was barred, else they wouldn't have been able to come in, and then most likely would have reported the blockage. A contradiction. Wait, that puts a hole in my theory. If the staff member was subdued by the attacker, and the attacker barred off the door, then the staff member would have had to remove the plank before they left. I'm confused. No problem, let's backtrack on our thoughts and see what falls out from ruling out the illogical. First, if we suppose Z was right, and that it was an attempted robbery, that means the reason there's nothing inside was because Cyprus already moved it out afterwards. But that means the plank must have been placed after Cyprus left too. If so, by whom? Either Cyprus or another company. Right, but why would another company barricade the door? Most likely they're not. It was probably Cypress. And secondly, if we suppose Z was wrong, then someone lied to them, meaning the robbery was actually successful, which seems like the case with the chloroform and 2x4. The only issue is why lie about it being an attempted robbery? Perhaps an inside job, a smuggling, who knows? Either way, it feels like Cypress is hiding something. So what do you guys think really happened? Do you think they're doing shady stuff and this is just the surface, or? The fox strokes his chin for a second before plopping down on the sofa. Hard to say. I'm leaning towards Cypress faking something. Naturally, they will have assets down there, and it's easy enough for them to clear out their own unit, bar off the entrance, and leave through the loading zone in the back. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to bet my tail that it's related to the contents inside their storage room. Probably the plants too. Noted. The wolf whips out a page from his notepad and neatly places it in one of the folders on his desk. I suggest we continue the main investigation, perhaps from a different angle now. Agreed, we finish this task to the best of our abilities. We still have leads that will hopefully draw a clearer picture for us. Sorry to interrupt, but could you tell me more about the plants we're searching for? Are they special or something? The two look at each other before Raoul motions to Javier. Go ahead, tell him. You know the details more than me. The fox sighs with a look of hesitation visible on his face. The plants we're looking for are a man-made subspecies of fern. We don't know the specifics, but it's public knowledge that Cypress have been developing something to absorb carbon dioxide and other heavy gases for a while now. We suspect they are utilizing these ferns for their research, but not for the reasons they claim. Oh, I hope these plants aren't dangerous or anything. I know there's a whole subspecies that oozes a bunch of white sap that's highly toxic. Sap? Yeah, sounds like rose. We don't know, but this is related to a harbor fire that happened a couple of years ago in this city. Ring any bells? I don't think so. All you need to be aware of is that there was a significant chemical fire on a cargo ship, resulting in the death of everyone on board except for one survivor. Jesus, that's so tragic. Did Cypress start the fire or something? We don't know, but that's not important right now. Before we launch our investigation, we managed to acquire Cypress's internal investor list, and one of the names led us back to the harbor fire. The cast says that particular name belonged to a company that went under shortly after the incident. The company being Blackout. What kind of company was Blackout? Search and development. I see. What does this have to do with the harbor? The cargo ship was importing goods at said harbor, including some from Blackout. Strangely enough, it's rumored their goods were the only thing completely destroyed. Other shipments only suffered minor damage. I sighed, weighed down by the complexity of it all. Okay, I think I get it. It's just a lot to wrap my head around. So we're going to investigate Blackout now? Actually, I suggest we take a short detour and look into this after we check up on our friend at the hospital. Agreed. We might get more information on your situation, Theodore. The mention of the incident earlier makes me nauseous, and I'm not particularly looking forward to what we might encounter later tonight. Do I have to go too? I was hoping I could take things easy before the night. Ro notices my apprehension and offers a reassuring pat on my back, gesturing towards the door, assuming they're awake. Though you want to hear the events from the source might be important. Yeah, I guess. Hopefully they're coherent enough to speak with us. They really took a beating. Yeah, well, not as much of a beating as Ro gave to that one guy. I'm sure our friend is fine, probably. The fox gets up and throws a couple of punches at the air, in which Ro rolls his eyes at. All right, let's get going, before I beat you. Huh, you wish you might. I take a deep breath before getting up, mentally preparing myself for what's to come. With the two And since Holy Spirits, I feel like I can do this. Maybe. We're on a familiar road. Seems like we're near Dustin's Cafe. The roads way smoother this time, thanks to Javier picking out a large SUV. Although maybe he's overcompensating a bit. Was completely reclined in the passenger seat up front, fully enjoying the ride. Meanwhile, Javier, who is intently navigating the vehicle, is struggling somewhat to access the pedals. With thoughts weighing heavily on my mind, I feel a pressing need to break the silence. Hey, I've been thinking. It's fine that I'm tagging along with you guys, right? I don't want to be a burden. You're manageable. A suppressed chuckle slips from the foster's mouth, prompting Roll to glare back. You're overthinking things. It's mutually beneficial for us to work together. You get that, right? Regardless, we wouldn't just leave you, especially after all that. Is that right, Javier? As long as he doesn't get in our way, he can do whatever he wants. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Thanks. I've been trying to pull my own weight in the group this morning, but I'm not entirely sure how. I feel so useless. I cast my gaze downward, fixating on the floor. Going to stop you right there. Huh? You're not an investigator. You haven't gone through any training, yet you've been managing to hold your own. Not to mention how stressful all this must be for you. Considering that, I think you're doing a commendable job. Wow, high praises for Raul. That's rare. I mean, I guess you did uncover an interesting lead with David, and who knows, maybe the board will share valuable information with us. Just keep doing what you've been doing. You're not as bad as other people we work with. But Javier's tone takes a playful turn. I can catch a glimpse of his mischievous smile in the rearview mirror. If you wish to contribute further, there are a few ways you can assist us in this case. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Javier. No, it's fine. I'm willing to help. It's the least I could do. Wow, agreeing before you even learned what the task is? Alright, so you're serious. We can discuss this further after our visit in the hospital. Speaking of which, we're nearly there. Rounding another corner, the hospital looms on the horizon, and I firmly shake my head, trying to dispel the growing discomfort. Hospitals have never been my favorite, not since childhood, but it's been a while now. Maybe things will be different. I can do this. It's hard to imagine it's been almost a decade since I was in a hospital. Now that I'm here, I would have imagined it would be crowded. It would be more crowded, particularly with what Dust had mentioned about an increase in skeleton usage, but it's eerily empty. God, I'm so glad I've been healthy for all these years. This place gives me the creeps. I'll never get accustomed to the strong antiseptic odor that fills the hospital air. Theodore. Huh? The elevator's here. Javier sticks his head out from the elevator and glares at me. Yeah, you coming in or not? Oh, sorry. Javier darts out as soon as the elevator doors slide open, making a swift left down the corridor. I prepare to follow when Raul steps in front of me with a worried look. You're good. Yeah, I'm fine. Just not a fan of hospitals. Yeah, me neither. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Raul takes the lead, and I follow, consciously avoiding any lingering glances to the open rooms. Eventually, we make a turn and spot Javier waiting impatiently outside a room down the hallway. About time. He knocks on the door and lets himself in as we approach. Raul enters, leaving me standing in the corridor, second guessing my decision to go inside. Maybe waiting in the car would have been a better choice. The door opens again with Raul's head peeking out. There's a moment of hesitation as he beckons me in. Fuck it. Another one. My attention is immediately drawn to a terrified boy in the bed, his eyes locking onto mine, Raul and Javier standing on either side of him. I avert my gaze and quickly find a place to sit. Who are you people? Please don't hurt me. Could you stop yelling and listen? We're not here to hurt you. We just have some questions. Whoa, you say something. This guy looks more afraid of you than me. Iridescent power plant sounds similar. Iridescent power plant sounds familiar. We found you unconscious there. Well, not me, but him. The wolf turns towards me and gestures in my direction. I manage to muster an awkward nod in response to the anxious man's fearful gaze. Hi. You guys saved me? Yes, we did. Now, what? The boy suddenly buries his face into a pillow and begins to sob uncontrollably. Thank you so much. Why? Why? Please, it's fine. Why was y'all? His voice is so muffled, I'm not sure what he's even saying. Did he just blow his nose into the pillow? Maybe he just needs a minute. The boy wipes his face dry and attempts to sit up on the bed. Ow. Don't move. You need to rest. Something's off. Wasn't he severely beaten? How does he have this much mobility? Now, why don't we get formalities out of the way? How shall we address you? Monty, with an I. Well, Monty, with an I, would you like to explain what happened to you? Who attacked you? I don't know. Do you remember why you were at the power plant? I don't know. It's all kind of blurry, you know? Blurry and dizzy. There's a brief pause, but when no one speaks, I rise from my seat and approach the others, hoping to help. What about before the incident? Do you remember anything before that? Of course. I went to work yesterday. What happened after work? I don't remember. It's all so hazy. Feels like he's hiding something. I kind of remember being there with someone, maybe. Was I? You think? Where? With who? Oh, I remember now. You guys won't hurt me, right? We wouldn't have waited until now to hurt you. 2 days ago, when I was leaving work, I was attacked. Monty's voice is soft and quivering as he speaks, his demeanor clearly disturbed. Go on. I was in the parking lot with someone when someone came up to me, crying for help. Honestly, I don't know if they were crying for help or crying from pain. Then, out of nowhere, they whipped out this gun thingy at me. Crazy, right? Holy shit. That's what I said too. I didn't know what to do. So I kind of just floored it. His voice fades, eyes growing dull and glazed. I think I ran him over. Is that all? Were they a short, mangy looking cat? They were tall, kind of skinny, maybe a lion. It was dark, but their paws had these bandage thingies when they sold a gun. Where do you work, Monty? At a bank. I'm just a janitor. Hey, you guys aren't thinking of calling the police on me, are you? We won't if you continue your account. Oh, okay. When I got home, I got 2 texts. I suddenly get chills as I hear the words come from Monty. So, one message was, head to the power plant tomorrow night, and we'll ring up the cops on you. And if I blabbed to anyone, they said they'd kill me, man. The other text was a photo of me in a turning the lion into a pancake. Interesting. Do you mind if we take a look at the photo on your phone? It's gone. I couldn't find it when I woke up. It included my wallet too. Shit, of course. This is literally what happened to me. It's, it's definitely similar. So what happened after that? You went to the power plant and got attacked? Yeah, kinda cringe now that I think about it. I might have taken a wrong turn or something. Think I got there when the sun was just coming up. I could see the boy's arms start to shake. There was this snow leopard dude with a cool black mask thing. He said hi and all, and then we went inside. Our lady leader, he started chatting about stuff, but like I have no clue what he was on about. He was like, join blackout or else, but I'm pretty sure that meant killing me. Is this what Ro and Javier were talking about? At first I was like, sure, but then they told me I had to murder someone. Definitely wasn't gonna do that, so I ran. The boy buries his face back into the pillow, his thoughts muffled by the fabric. And I'm guessing this is when he changed his mind, got attacked. Sounds like it. It was horrible. I don't ever want to experience something like that again. There. You're safe now. Honestly, I'm surprised you're holding up so well. It looked like you took a beating. You saw that? That's so embarrassing. Martin slowly moves his paw and winces. I don't know, my digits kinda hurt, so I'm just trying not to wiggle them too much. The rest ain't too savvy, but got this zappy mark on my chest. Don't mention something about me getting a sock or whatever. Roy and I exchange glances. I see, no broken bones. Doc said something about some broken ribs or whatever, but hey, I've had tougher rumbles. I had tougher tumbles before. This ain't much. Oh man, like that one time I was pissed and my leg got all tangled up and loose. The sea kinda dragged me. That was like way wilder. That mentioned I can't swim. What? Or, oh, that time I tried camping, got all turned around and was out there for like weeks before folks found me. Lesson learned, always pack a compass. Yeah. Oh, or this other time Right, seriously, it's kinda wild. Not sure how I'm still alive. You're telling us. You know, I kinda thought I was a goner. Everything went all black and white back at the power plant, you know? I have a heart condition. Corridor empathy. You mean cardiomyopathy? Yeah, that's the one. Roll points to the monitor next to Monty's bed. His heart rate looks pretty cool, although I'm not sure what a number would be. No wonder your ECG looks off. Truly a miracle. The door slides open and a slender meerkat holding a clipboard walks in, but she comes to a halt upon seeing us. I notice you have guests. I could come back in later to discuss your blood work results. No need. I think we're just about done here. Javier, your card. The fox searches through his coat and then neatly sets a business card down on the bedside table. Name's Rowe. Call us if you remember anything else. Get some rest. Monty nods at acknowledgement, fear still flickering in his eyes. He reminds me of myself. A heavy silence as I try to process the board's recount. It doesn't help that I keep noticing Javier sneaking peeks at me through the rear view as he drives. You know, about what Monty said. He mentioned blackout and also described a really similar situation to what happened to me. The fox chuckles and I catch his smirk through the mirror. Suddenly, you're 10 times more important. Looks like waking up early today paid off, all thanks to Theodore, of course. Yeah, 3 cheers for the tiger, I guess. In any case, it looks like we have some work cut out for us. We'll need to figure out how to proceed with tonight's investigation. We might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, but that means we'll need to prepare for another stakeout while soda is still sore. Speaking of which, Theodore, how's your leg? Bruised, but I'm managing. Go back and rest until tonight. You've had quite a day already. We'll pick you up later. Thank God I can finally rest. Sure thing. I looked outside and looked out the window. The rain stopped, but those clouds still look kind of moody. Man, I guess I'm deep in this mess now. I wonder what all this means. We're here. Thanks, guys. Wait, before you go, you said you wanted to be more useful, right? Yeah. Javier turns around from his seat and hands me a small device similar to the one I used earlier. This is for me. In here, I thought you didn't trust him. What are you giving him a segmenter for? I just don't want him to slow us down. He eyes roll defeatedly before returning his gaze on me. Anyway, like Rose said, it's a segmenter. It's not exactly the one you used earlier, but they all perform similar tests. You ever used one of these before, like for science class or something? No, never. I don't think my school had funding for this kind of stuff. Okay, well, if you want to be useful, you should learn how to use this. Let me park first, and I'll give you a demonstration inside. Let's make this quick. The door swiftly walks towards the entrance, and I follow, despite my injury slowing me down. Is there a reason you can't explain it to me in the car? I'd rather not have you do any harm or damage to electronics around my window car. The hotel lobby should be a suitable place, especially with the kiosk I saw around. It's been a while since you used this role. Would you like to explain the functionality to Theodore? Thor scratches his beard and stares at Javier. No. But if I must, a segmenter is exactly what it sounds like. I was wondering why those voices sounded so familiar. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Who is this guy? Do they know him? Lawrence. What are you doing here? Looking for you two, of course. Tried calling you, but it went to voicemail. Was just about to contact Javier. Luckily, I saw you two coming in. I thought you took time off. I did, but our boss requested my assistance moments before I got on my plane. Regrettably, I'm here now. He chuckles as no one says anything back. I'm joking, of course. You didn't come here just to say hi, did you? No, I didn't. I came to deliver Javier the information he requested from the office. Oh, I said I was going to pick it up later this week, thanks. The Grey Wolf takes out a piece of paper and a tiny SUB from his coat pocket. There's also this. He raised the paper in his paw before giving it to Ro. How interesting. I don't think I've seen this before. Boss wanted me to deliver that to you. What is this? An insignia? What about this address written underneath? Strange I don't recognize this particular design. I glance over and see a gold circle-looking symbol on the paper. Address is at a local pub, around 10 blocks away from here. As for the symbol, I have no idea. I was hoping you two would know, but I guess not. Regardless, I was asked to accompany the two of you and help figure out what this circle meant. What's the importance of the symbol? You asked me. Boss told me to look into this, but didn't mention anything else about it. We can speak more about specifics tomorrow night. Wait, I just realized you're coming along. This must be serious then. That won't be necessary. We're equipped to manage this on our own. An excess of personnel, particularly during a stakeout, could be counterproductive. As if busting off Woe, Lawrence gives a circle and focuses on polishing his sunglasses with a cloth from his coat. Of course, I wholeheartedly agree, but I'm just following orders. Besides, I didn't skip my flight to the tropics just to have you turn me down. Fine. When have I ever gotten in the way? Old Scott's back at the Grey Wolf's question. This can't be good. You're kidding, right? What about that time you destroyed the evidence Javier and I collected by the refinery? You're still hung up on that? It was either the evidence or your lies, you dolt. You know we weren't in any danger. That's because I was the one who disabled the flame after I removed it. There were no flames. I destroyed the main gas intake long before you got. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Just meet me at the specified location tomorrow night at 8 sharp. We will. The fox smiles back at the Grey Wolf before flashing a look of annoyance at Woe. Perfect. The tall Thunder Wolf finally turns to me, giving me a look of both curiosity and interest. The tall Thunder Wolf finally turns to me, giving me a look of both curiosity and interest. You must be Theodore, correct? Apologies for letting you just stand there. Yeah, that's fine. I'm used to it. He extends his paw with a hesitantly shake. His grip is quick but firm. A pleasure to meet you. I hope Javier and Ro have been treating you well. You haven't been too inconvenienced. I know they have a habit of making things more extravagant. His tone is lighthearted, but his expression says otherwise. Yeah, they've been great. And that injury of yours, it looks fresh. What happened there? Hopefully not because these two. At panic, he points to slight purple patch on my thigh. How did he notice that? Shit, maybe I should lie about it so I don't make them look bad. But no, I accidentally tripped over my room in a bathtub. Owen stares at me with concern. Maybe he bought it. I see. Well then, do be more careful. I know the bathtubs have a tendency to fight back when they're wet. We can't have anything happen to Theodore, right guys? I don't think he bought it. Before I forget, this is for you. Huh? He passed me a small business card similar to the one Ro had given me. His brows furrowed as I glared back at Lawrence, feeling a bit hesitant as I quickly took it into my pocket. Thanks. In case anything happens, you can also contact me. Anything else? Oh, that'll be all. I'll see you two tomorrow morning. The Grey Wolf casually turns on his heel and strolls out of the lobby. Ro lets out a deep, audible sigh while Javier tries to stifle a laugh. Careful with the bathtub. I had to come up with something. I didn't want you guys to look bad. I'll admit, I'm impressed. I didn't think you had the guts to lie. Yeah, well, I don't think he really bought it. I stood a glance at Ro, with him staying so quiet, something clearly up. Everything okay? It's nothing. It's not nothing. Ro doesn't work well with Lawrence. They always clash with each other on ideas. It's not there. I can't shake the feeling that he's always scheming, something dubious, and this time's no different. Are you sure? Also, if Andrew wants him to tag along with us, something must be up. He's been solving every skeleton case recently, so if he's here then, this may be more complicated than we thought. Wait, if he's joining you guys tomorrow, is Cypress and these events related to skeleton, maybe even blackout? It's too early to tell, but we'll get more information tomorrow. If this is related to blackout, then it might be somehow related to me. I said I should stay out of things, but now I'm curious. Maybe I'll see how things pan out tonight. He give you this business card. Ro gestures towards my pocket, prompting me to dig out the card. Oh yeah, although I don't really see the purpose. A subtle growl emerges from Ro. His eyes lock onto Lawrence's business card before he abruptly stops and diverts his gaze. Go back to your room and get some rest. We'll notify We'll notify you when we're on our way to pick you up. I'll see you later. Wait, what about? And with that, Ro walks out the lobby. Fox simply shrugs and grins back at me. I didn't want to say it in front of his face, but he's furious. What, Lawrence? Probably. I do find it strange that he's here. He was supposed to be off on vacation. I clearly remember him making a fuss over who could have time off this week months ago. Will's probably furious that he has to spend time with him now. Is that really it? But didn't he say Lawrence was suspicious? Him being here instead of on vacation does sound pretty suspicious. Well, he's just doing what he's been assigned. Our boss has a tendency to do that. Is it okay to ask why the two don't get along together? Lawrence has some unorthodox ways of getting things done according to Ro. That being said, Ro does too, like you've seen. Maybe that's why he's pissed too. Unorthodox, like how? You don't need to ask Ro for finer details, but he told me he doesn't respect the rules when it comes to investigations. I've never directly worked with him before, so I wouldn't know. I take out the set mentor in my other pocket and Javier nods slowly. Alright, the set mentor. We can go over that later. I should probably check up on Ro. I'm sure you don't even need me to explain it to you. You're smart enough, right? Great, I'll see you later. Before I can respond, Javier runs out of the lobby, leaving me dumbfounded. I study Lawrence's card in one part and the set mentor in the other. He's giving me way more credit than I deserve. I don't even know how the hell to turn this thing on. What the hell do I do now? I gotta start right here. Alright, so got to talk with the board about what happened and if he has any recollection about the whole burglary. And he didn't seem to really have it together, but he did say something about some guy that told him that he can join his gang, and that I think something about, well, if you don't want to join the gang, then you have to kill somebody. I don't know, it's like something like that. But anyway, I guess it's just kind of like gang leader or something like that. So I do kind of find it strange that there are no security cameras around there, because convention halls, they have security cameras around, because you have a lot of people there and people who visit the convention center for the different activities going on, and you got a lot of people who are affiliated with the organizations the organizations that have their events at the convention hall. They got workers there and all that. You gotta keep all those people safe, so it's kind of strange that there's no cameras in there. So you got to see the Wits kid again, David. He's a very nice kid, very optimistic. Ro apparently don't like him, but anyway, I guess he's a little too energetic for him. And we got to meet Lawrence, the colleague of Ro and Javier. Ro does not like him for some reason. Javier said that Ro didn't like Lawrence because he had an unorthodox way of doing investigations, yet Javier said that Ro also is very unorthodox when it comes to the way he does investigations. So, I think there's something more to that. I guess Theodore will have to ask, we'll have to talk to Ro about that. Okay, so we'll continue with Raincheck next time. I know it's been almost 2 weeks since the last video because I've had a lot of stuff to do, and plus a lot of games got updated, so like Sylving, so I had to do that, and plus I just didn't feel like really doing anything, I just wasn't in the mood, up until the past month I didn't have much to do, so I was able to pump out more videos every day or two, but now that I'm a little bit more busy, I'm only able to do maybe a video every 2 to 3 days, or maybe even 4 days. But I think at the end of next month, late April, I'll probably be able to do more videos more often, but until then, this is something that I'll have to do. Just do the videos whenever I have time. So, and also, if you notice a change in the volume, it's because the cord that I use for my microphone accidentally broke the part that goes to the computer, so I had to use this other older cord, and for some reason this doesn't work well with the volume. So anyway, like I said, we'll continue with Raincheck next time. Thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.